Put the jab on the inside. Now listen, if you're gonna fight him, let him be forward. When he moves around, you can't chase him. Don't give him his distance. That's where he's gonna work. That's where the only spot where he can work, when you give him distance. Hit him, but use the rhythm.
CompuBox numbers through 2 rounds. Soto 31 out of 111. Gaudet 23 out of 92. Not one-sided, but as Emanuel Stewart has pointed out, the difference is punching power. Soto's punches make a dent. Gaudet's punches hope to keep Soto occupied. A lot of times, very tough, hard-scrabble Mexican fighters like Soto don't necessarily believe they're in tough unless they're going against another hard-scrabble Mexican guy. But when I asked him yesterday if he saw this as a stay busy fight, he said, hey, when I went to take on Rocky Juarez in Chicago 4 years ago, Juarez had no idea how good I was and who I wanted to be. He said, there are 1,000 guys out there who want to be me. So there's no such thing as a stay busy fight.
That's a good attitude to have, and he's fighting that way too. And he's very serious, and I think he realizes that even though he's a better puncher and more experienced, that Gaudet is not an easy fight to fight. He's going to have to put more and more pressure, because every time that he slows down just a little bit, Gaudet comes back with a punch of his own.
Yeah, and regardless of what Soto may think of Gaudet's more balletic style, he's already had the disappointment of losing to Joan Guzman on a decision in a fight in which he felt like Guzman didn't really want to fight him. He's also suffered his qualification loss last year here on the undercard of Pacquiao-David Diaz against a fighter named Francisco Lorenzo. He was DQ'd for hitting Lorenzo when he was down, though television replays seem to show that the punch barely landed, if at all, and did no damage. So Soto has learned to take nothing for granted.
He's fighting a very good fight right now. He's what I call just driving through his man right now. And to do that, you have to be a little bit, a little careless to some degree, but he's going to have to do what he has to do, because otherwise this could be a very ugly fight going down the stretch.
Gaudet has gotten much more aggressive in the last minute.
That's because Soto is putting that pressure, is making him do it. Even though he's landed some punches, I think Soto is thinking exactly as I said, that he can't hurt me, and I'm going to have to take a risk and just drive right through, even at the cost of getting hit.
And so Gaudet in this round has shown some good, clean, solid right hands, but just as clearly, they don't do damage. Earlier this evening,
Ricky, you fought 2 elite fighters in your career. Costa Tszyu, you stopped. Mayweather stopped you. What does it mean to you to face Manny Pacquiao?
It means everything. When I beat Costa Tszyu, I think he was ranked, number 2 at the time in the pound-for-pound rankings, and I was a massive underdog like I am tonight. But I'll go one further tonight if I can beat Manny Pacquiao. He's number 1. I think the good thing is that Manny is quick like Floyd, but he stands and fights a little bit more than Floyd, and hopefully I'm going to draw him into a fight.
Do you think you can muscle and maul him the way you did Costa Tszyu?
I'd like to think so. Needless to say, the early rounds will be the trickiest, if you like, but I feel I've got decent and underestimated speed myself, so I want to use that early on, but I expect at 12 rounds at some point to catch up with him.
Thank you. Good luck.
Thank you.
So what I was supposed to say is earlier this evening, Larry Merchant had a chance to sit down and talk with Ricky Hatton. That was my fault. Not really clear on my signals there, but you viewers, you figured it out. Harold, how do you have it through 3?
Okay, Jim. 3 rounds to nothing. 30-26, Humberto Soto. Jim, Benoit Gaudet has got good skills. There's no doubt about it. He moves nice, he jabs nice, throws some combinations, but there's nothing behind the punch. I mean, Humberto Soto, when he hits you, he goes flat-footed, and he really puts some wallop behind it. That's why Gaudet is all red the way he is. And you know, Soto's been walking him down, landed good, clean, hard shots, and the minute Soto lands a hard shot, Gaudet starts to run. He just absolutely takes off the minute he gets hit. I think Soto's doing a lot more damage. You got to give him an extra point for the knockdown of round one. 3-0, Soto.
Good body combination by Gaudet. Then he got caught by a left hook. Seemed momentarily discombobulated. Got away as Soto tried to come after him and do more damage.
No. Stop.
Arena is getting very close to being full. As the main event hour closes in. Another good solid right hand by Gaudet. Another punch for Soto to walk right through. Keeping the pressure on. Good right hand by Gaudet. He's pretty quick and accurate with that right cross, Emmanuel.
Yeah, and especially when you're so concerned with offense that you don't look for nothing back. It's easy to get caught. That was a great right hand right there. But what Soto was doing, he just slowly draining him physically and mentally.
We've got a big treat coming for you between rounds. Manny Pacquiao, the pride of the Philippines, has an amazing and devoted following. But no fighter in boxing today has a following quite like that of Ricky Hatton. Not only does Hatton fly to the fight or bring to the fight thousands of fans who don't even have tickets, who are simply here to be a part of the experience, but he also has his own marching band. Right, Larry?
Can see that I'm surrounded by sound here. Tell me, fellas, is there really only one Ricky Hatton?
There is only one Ricky Hatton. He's the king of the ring and he's from Manchester. There's only one Ricky Hatton.
Even if he changes his style as a fighter, there's still only one Ricky Hatton?
There's just the one Ricky Hatton.
How many times a day do you play that song?
More times than we don't play the song. We play it all the time. But everybody loves it, Larry, don't they?
Well, what do you think it achieves? How do you get here?
Hey, we get here by plane, and it achieves a great atmosphere and a positive atmosphere. And it's everything that's English. That's a laugh, fun, and a carnival.
Why does Ricky Hatton inspire this kind of virtually unprecedented loyalty of thousands of his fans coming this far for a fight?
I think it's because everybody that comes can identify with him. He's a regular guy, he's feet are on the ground, he's just like every one of us, and we love that. With Ricky, you get what you see. He's a true Englishman, he's a gentleman, he's got a heart of gold.
Thank you, fellas. Jim?
All right, thank you very much, Larry. Meanwhile, down here in the live fight between Humberto Soto and Benoit Gaudet, you may have noticed while Larry was talking to the marching band members that a graphic showed you that Harold Letterman gave the last round to Gaudet. CompuBox numbers found Gaudet landing 18 out of 64 punches and actually holding a 16-9 edge over Soto in power shots in that round.
Well, I'm not surprised because he's landing a lot of. He's got fast hands. You know, that's what I guess he compensates for the lack of power. Much faster hands, but. It's just a case, as I said, Soto's going to have to go in and be very aggressive with the guys. He'll not give him any space. for whatever reason, Soto is backing back himself now as if he may be in some discomfort.
I think Soto's confused, and I think he's finding it difficult to land, most particularly his pet weapon, his left hook to the body against Gaudet. And he wants to step back and try to get a look and refigure exactly what is the best way to attack the elusive French-Canadian fighter.
And that's a good word, elusive. He's not used to fighting someone as fluid as this guy is, moving, changing directions. And then when he least expects, he throws punches.
And right now, as we go into the 5th of a scheduled 12, I have to say that it looks like Soto is the one who is slowing down and is moderately confused. And Gaudet, though still unable to do any damage against Soto, is sure of himself and what he's doing in there right now.
I don't know what happened, but somewhere in the early part of this round, something happened to Soto. And I look at his face. He's not that comfortable or confident. I don't know whether it's an injury or whatever, but something happened somewhere.
He's also got a mouse under his left eye. And what seems to be emerging is the possibility of a huge opportunity for Benoit Gaudet.
Well, Gaudet is having another good round in this round.
Takes a right hand
after being
from Soto.
staggered in the early part of the round.
Hard right hand by Soto. That punch may alter the psychological circumstances once again.